Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Friday, it is June 20th. Today is the summer solstice. Sometimes it happens the 21st, sometimes the 20th, but this year it happens like 7-something tonight, where in the Northern Hemisphere we have the longest day of the year and the shortest night. Welcome to summer, everybody. It's here, and we'll see about the forecast, see how summer-like it looks in just a second. Right now, though, what's on our show today? Well, we got a pretty good one for you. We have Springbok going to be here. We're going to be talking with Eli Spitz, and he's going to be talking to us about kind of joy, happiness. He has a great perspective on words and how they affect us and how they can affect others. So stay tuned for that. Bree's got that interview. And then later in the program, Sports Corner with Cole Young. Always a great Friday way to kick off your weekend with a little sports. I'm looking forward to this weekend and some highlights from this week as well. Speaking of summer, 4th of July. Stay informed. We got one for you. Can you believe we're already talking about the 4th of July? But it is right around the corner. So it's time for you, if you want to be in the cart parade, to register your cart for the cart parade. Interested residents may register their golf carts with ActiveNet online reservation system. You can find that right on the village website. So go there to get the registration going. Registration does close on July 2nd, so you got some time. But if you were thinking about it, make sure you do that. No political decor is permitted, just red, white, and blue. Lots of flags, lots of fun stuff. Make it fun. It's a great parade, goes all through the neighborhood. If you haven't been there before, make sure you're going to be out there watching it. If you have a cart, get it decorated. Join the fun. You can call 949-597-4285 for more information, or email the Recreation Department right there on your screen to get more information about what is okay to decorate your cart with. And look at that one. That's a fun one from a few years back. Let's take a check of our weather. Now that summer is officially here, we're going to have some pretty nice temperatures on the forecast for us as well. Today, we're going to get up to about 77 degrees, and mostly sunny after the morning clouds peel away. We're going to have that kind of pattern. Morning June gloom, July gloom, I guess we're saying, coming soon too. Going to peel back to mostly sunny for really, that's going to be our pattern for a while, folks. Mid-70s for the most part. Not a lot changing in the forecast. We've got nice warm temperatures during the day and pretty cool overnight to open up the windows and cut off the AC so you can keep that electrical bill down. There you go. Let's take a look at our sunrise, sunset. Hey, here it is. Remember I used to go to your family's slideshows at your house when they come back from their vacation? When I was a kid, I'd see some slideshows. I'm giving you a couple slides from my vacation to Europe. This is Lavigny, France, and this is an amazing gorge. Honestly, this picture does not show off. You can see the river there at the bottom, like 100 and something feet down, 100 feet up, rock walls, and they have this amazing path that is accessible for people of all ages. So if you're ever in the neighborhood of Annecy in France and you want to go see something just truly amazing, honestly, I was wowed by this trip. Amazing gorge to just kind of walk on a path there through. Sunrise this morning was 5:41. Sunset tonight is going to be 8:04 p.m. And if you'd like to send us a picture, you don't have to go all the way to France to do that. You can do it right here in our neighborhood, but we love vacation pictures too. Summer is here, so start sending us your summer vacation photos. Email them to us, Laguna Woods Village TV @gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, like I did, where you took the photo, like I did, and then we will use it in our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, no meetings to tell you about today. That's a nice day for a Friday. And so instead, when we come back, we'll be talking to Springbok Club and Eli Spitz. Stay with us.
Simple is beautiful. At Pacific Cremation Services, we've spent 10 treasured years helping families craft simple, memorable services for their loved ones, including memorials at sea. Starting at just $1,595, our thoughtful cremation plans provide everything you need to commemorate your loved one. It's been our honor to serve families in Orange County and beyond for the last decade. Thank you for your trust. Visit our website or give us a call to discover simplicity.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Do you know about the power of words? It's very interesting. My next guest, Eli Spitz from the Springbok Club, is here to not only sing to us, he's also going to share with us the power of words. Hello, Eli. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you, Bree.
This is going to be very interesting. I'm excited to hear about this because I've been hearing more and more in documentaries and on podcasts, the power of words, the energy behind them. You're going to explain all of it to us, aren't you?
in 10 minutes.
I love it. I have full faith and confidence in this. But first, you are a renowned author. You have written this book, Duets on Psalms, How Gossiping Hurts Us and How to Use Our Words Wisely. So you're giving a presentation about your book.
Yes, this Sunday at 2:30 on behalf of the Springbok Club here in Laguna Woods, I will be speaking on the power of words to heal and to hurt. And in part, I'll be talking about my most recent book, which is called Duets on Psalms, which I wrote with a 95-year-old friend, Jack Reamer, a rabbi, as I'm a rabbi, and subtitled Drawing New Meaning from Ancient Words. Now, we might think that words should be used wisely. Gossip is bad, but there's a lot to unpack in terms of what are wise words and how words can hurt.
Can you give us a couple of examples?
Well, because I said that I wanted to sing to you, Bree, I'll start with a personal example. As a 10-year-old at summer camp, it was Parents' Day, and the children were gathered into a choir, and the conductor said, at the time I was known as Larry, Larry, you're throwing off the choir. You don't sing well. Go help park the cars. And that was an injury. That statement that I couldn't sing has remained with me. Now, the man who said it probably didn't know how it would hurt me.
Right.
Not just in that moment, but words we hold on to and shape us.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So Psalms are words, 150 poems written over a period of probably 700 years, going back about 2,500 plus years ago when they were finished, often identified with King David. Those 150 poems, songs to God, are the core of Christian prayer and Jewish prayer. And they're an example of the power of words to express what we're feeling and do so to a divine presence, meaning words that come from our deepest parts of ourselves. And because what I'm going to talk about on Sunday at 2 o'clock is about the power of words, I wanted to share just the center, like the bullseye, of Psalm 34, and to challenge myself to sing it to you and to our audience, and no less, to sing it in Hebrew.
Oh my goodness.
So
I
it's
feel
as
like
follows.
you're up for the challenge.
I'm up for the challenge, and how we can overcome the words that are often those that we hold within us.
So real quick before
Yeah.
you do that, so is this, are the Psalms sort of like a shield that will deflect anything that's coming at us?
So these 150 prayers, these 150 poems, cover the whole range of human emotion, from expressing deep despair to celebrating and declaring hallelujah. The word hallelujah, praise be Yah, the source of breath. That is from Psalms. And so it is a shield, but it's also a celebration, and the range in between.
Interesting.
Who is the person that loves life to see in order to see good? The one who guards his tongue and his lips from speaking wrongly, turns away from evil in order to do good, and seeks peace and pursues it. Now, what's remarkable, and what this book, Duets on Psalms, seeks to do, is unpack 13 of my favorite and Rabbi Reamer's favorite poems to God, Psalms. It doesn't include Psalm 34, the one that I'm focused and just saying about. But what these poems have is a distinct order. the power of words to convey a message by being purposeful. And at the center of Psalm 34 is a reminder that to love life, to pursue it, is to be mindful of how we use our tongues. And rather than speaking evil, how to create peace. I was reminded by my friend Rachel Barnes that your community, the community of Laguna Woods Village, is large, 18,000, and yet self-contained. And when somebody speaks even truthful words about somebody else, those words can be harmful. And we do so often unthinkingly. And therefore, my talk on Sunday at 2 o'clock is to take something that sounds simple, don't gossip, and to share how complicated and challenging it is to use words, as in Psalm 34, to uplift.
Right. So in a quick 30 seconds, tell us how we could use words more wisely.
The bottom line is, when speaking about others, imagine that person was standing next to you and use that as a mindset of, am I going to speak in a way that this person wouldn't mind?
That is powerful. Yes.
And last, if you're walking into a room and you know people are talking about you, whether a weakness or an embarrassment of your past, how would you feel? And how often do you do that to others?
Yeah, and I think you're right. A lot of it, is just sort of the subconscious that we're not even thinking about it. We're just talking about it as if it were true. And
it's fun
really
and juicy. That's why we watch dramas. It's fun to create drama, but it can be hurtful.
Yeah. And I think it's even more fun to be positive and see the best in everybody.
Absolutely. That leaves us feeling in celebration.
Absolutely. So let's circle back to your event, Ellie. So it's Sunday, June 22nd from 2 to 4 p.m. It's going to be Restaurant 19, rooms 1 through 3. So you're expecting a rather large turnout.
It's my understanding, my hope. You're all invited.
Yeah, and no RSVP is necessary.
That's right, just come. I'll talk for about 40 minutes and then a half hour or so conversation.
Yeah, so you take Q&A.
That's right.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations on your book.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your vast array of knowledge and words and wisdom. And
you're welcome, Bree. It's a pleasure. Yes. You can get it on Amazon or come Sunday.
Come Sunday. I love that. All right, Ellie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Bree.
Thanks. You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.
California Club presents the Ultimate Legend Series. Special discounted pricing starting at $72, also $108 and $144 for all 4 shows. On sale from May 29th through July 4th. Individual show tickets available beginning 90 days before each show. Take advantage of these terrific savings now. Don't miss these amazing bands. More information, visit CaliforniaClubLWV.com.
Hello and welcome to this Friday's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young and we have 2 championships on the horizon, so I'll get right into it. On Tuesday night, the Florida Panthers and Edmonton Oilers entered into their Stanley Cup Final Series with the Panthers up 3-0 over the Oilers. Game 6 went back to Sunrise, Florida. Sam Reinhart got the scoring underway early with a steal followed by an unassisted goal to quickly put Florida up 1-0. Spoiler alert, this was the last time this score would be anywhere near close. Matthew Tkachuk put another one in the net with less than a minute remaining in the opening period, bringing Florida's lead to 2-0. In the second period, Reinhart again would find the back of the net, using his skate to redirect a pass from Alexander Barkov past Skinner for his second goal of the game and putting the Panthers up 3-0. With 7 whole minutes remaining in the third period, Edmonton chose to pull their goalie to go on the offensive attack. Yet again, Sam Reinhart took advantage of the situation, scoring an empty netter to complete his hat trick and adding a 4th goal just for good measure to bring the Panthers' lead to 5-0. This 4-goal performance from Reinhart brought him to a team-high 7 goals through this series. He's also the first player to net 7 goals in a Stanley Cup final since Wayne Gretzky 40 years ago. With all chances of a comeback eliminated, Edmonton's Vasily Podkolzin finally found the net to at least put the Oilers on the board with less than 5 minutes remaining. With a final score of 5-1, for the second year in a row, the Florida Panthers have conquered the Edmonton Oilers and lifted the Stanley Cup as champions of the NHL. The Panthers' back-to-back titles have both come at the expense of the Oilers, this time in 6 games after last year's 7-game Classic Series. With 3 consecutive appearances in the Stanley Cup final, Florida has officially achieved dynasty status. The Conn Smythe Trophy, which is awarded to the most valuable player in the postseason, went to Sam Bennett, who scored a league-leading 15 goals in the playoffs and had 22 total points. The unstoppable trio of Sam Reinhart, Brad Marchand, and Sam Bennett became just the second trio of teammates to each score 5 or more goals in a Stanley Cup final series. The 1955 Detroit Red Wings are the only other team to achieve that feat. Florida's win also continues the streak of the Stanley Cup remaining in the United States, as it's been 32 years since a team from Canada has won the championship in its own national winter sport, since the Montreal Canadiens won in 1993. Here are 2 other quick fun facts about the Stanley Cup Finals this year. With the loss, the Edmonton Oilers became the first team to lose back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals since the Boston Bruins in 1977 and 1978. And lastly, the Corey Perry curse stays alive. Corey Perry has now been on the losing team in the Stanley Cup Finals for 5 of the past 6 seasons. Perry was with Dallas in 2020, Montreal in 21, Tampa Bay in 22, and now Edmonton in 24 and 25. Perry had a great individual performance throughout these finals, but in all seriousness, teams need to consider this streak before signing him this offseason. Over in the NBA Finals, the Indiana Pacers entered into Game 4 last Friday with a 2-1 series lead over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Down 10 points in the second half, the Thunder turned towards league MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he delivered. He scored 15 of his 34 total points in the final 4 minutes and 38 seconds, capping Oklahoma City's comeback rally and sealing a 111-104 win over the Indiana Pacers to tie the NBA Finals at 2 games apiece. Then on Monday night, Game 5 was starting to look a lot like Game 1. Oklahoma City at home takes a huge lead. Indiana comes back, roaring in the fourth quarter, and Indiana won Game 1 on a 3-point shot with 0.3 seconds left. Game 5 went a lot differently, though. Jalen Williams scored a career playoff-high 40 points, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander added 31, and the Thunder moved 1 win away from a title by beating the Pacers 120-109, taking a 3-2 series lead. It was the 10th time Williams and Gilgeous-Alexander combined for more than 70 points in a game. The biggest question mark surrounding this game was Pacers star Tyrese Haliburton, who missed significant time in this game due to a leg injury. Without Haliburton, the Pacers' shot at the title diminished significantly. The championship-deciding Game 6 headed back to Indiana last night with the Pacers in a do-or-die situation and the Thunder fighting for their first NBA title in franchise history. With their backs firmly against the wall, the Pacers were able to fend off the Thunder at home for one more game, forcing Game 7 to head back to Oklahoma City. The high-stakes, winner-take-all championship-deciding final game will be this Sunday at 5 p.m. on ESPN and ABC. Do not miss out on this one, since not only will it be an incredible matchup, but this will be the final game of the NBA Finals, and no matter who walks away with the win, a first-time champion will be crowned. This weekend will mark the beginning of the College Baseball World Series Finals. It's been an incredible bracket so far with amazing individual performances, but none bigger than a pitcher from Arkansas. On Monday, the Razorbacks took on Murray State. With Arkansas up 3-0, pitcher Gage Wood released his 119th and final pitch of the day. The 97-mile-per-hour pitch was called a strike, striking out the final batter of the game and completing the no-hitter for Gage Wood. This was the 3rd no-hitter in men's College World Series history and the first one in 65 years. Wood joined Jim Erler of Texas in 1950 and Jim Wixon of Oklahoma State in 1960 as the only pitchers to throw men's College World Series no-hitters. However, Gage Wood's performance stands out among the rest as he broke a record with a jaw-dropping 19 strikeouts. Believe it or not, he actually had a perfect game going until the 8th inning when his breaking ball hit a batter in the foot. To put his 19 strikeout feat in perspective, no pitcher has ever had more than 17 strikeouts in an MLB no-hitter. After that performance, Arkansas moves on to face number 6 LSU on Wednesday. Ultimately, Arkansas would fall just short 6-5 to LSU in the semifinal round after a walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the 9th by LSU to secure a spot in the championship round. LSU will now battle for their 8th national title and 2nd in just 3 years. On the other side of the bracket, number 13 Coastal Carolina dominated Louisville 11-3. The Coastal Carolina Chanticleers at 56-11 have the most wins in Division I baseball this season and are riding an incredible 26-game winning streak. They made it to the finals back in 2016, where they won the program's first ever national title. Game 1 of the final series between LSU and Coastal Carolina will begin tomorrow at 4 p.m. on ESPN. Sticking with baseball, a major trade happened this week in the MLB. In a stunning move, the San Francisco Giants acquired 3-time All-Star Rafael Devers from the Red Sox on Sunday in exchange for left-handed starter Kyle Harrison, right-hander Jordan Hicks, outfield prospect James Tibbs III, and rookie league right-hander Jose Bello. The Giants will cover the remainder of Devers' contract, which runs through 2033 and will pay him more than $250 million. Boston deals Devers after an allegedly fractured relationship. Boston brought in free agent Alex Bregman this past offseason to play third base, the position Devers had played his entire career with Boston. 2 days later, Devers made his debut with the Giants. In an interesting twist, he's made it pretty clear that he's happy to play any position on the Giants, including designated hitter. That all but confirms that his position wasn't the issue, and he may have just been unhappy in Boston. Anyway, Devers went 2 for 5 in the loss with an RBI double in the 3rd inning. It'll be interesting to see the boost in San Francisco's offense moving forward. It seems to be tradition now that I update on the Colorado Rockies every other week, so time to bring an update again for this week. This week, the Rockies had the highest of highlights and the lowest of lowlights. I'll start with the bad stuff first. The Rockies had the 4th fewest wins by any team through their first 70 games in an MLB season in history, the fewest since the 1899 Spiders won 12 of their first 70 games. As you might have noticed, the Spiders are no longer a team. In fact, the Cleveland Spiders were a professional baseball team that played from 1887 to 1899. The team is known for its disastrous 1899 season, where they finished with a record of 20 wins and 134 losses, and the team fully disbanded after their abysmal season. After this game, and winning just over 18% of their games, Colorado was on pace to go 30-132 this season, just 10 wins better than the Spiders. The pain didn't stop there for the Rockies, though. Colorado made more inglorious history, setting a franchise record when their batters struck out 19 times in one game. Now, to end on a positive note, the Rockies hit a franchise record-tying 7 home runs as Colorado held off the Nationals 10-6 on Tuesday night. Colorado hit 7 homers in a game for the 3rd time in history, matching April 1997 at Montreal and against Cincinnati in 2016. After this game, the Rockies had won 3 in a row for the 2nd time this season. Over that game and the Monday night game, the Rockies hit 10 home runs over a 2-game span, the most in any 2-game span in franchise history, and the most in any 2-game span on the road. They then won again over the Nationals on Wednesday to make it 4 straight wins. This team is incredibly entertaining as they set both incredible and horrible records in the same week somehow. I'll continue to update you on their record-setting season as time progresses. If you're a Rockies fan, here's a stat that'll make you feel a little bit better. From Friday through Wednesday, one of the league's powerhouse teams, the New York Yankees, went 30 straight innings where they scored 0 runs. Naturally, they lost 6 straight games in that span, 3 of which were by the Angels. As always, thank you for joining me on this week's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young. Enjoy the first official weekend of summer, and I'll see you next time.
Welcome back, everybody. We got some great movies to talk about, not just this weekend, but we're going to preview July 4th and 5th for you here in a second. But right now, I want to talk about the Friday movie, and it is a great one. It's a classic. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Sidney Poitier, Katharine Hepburn, Spencer Tracy's in this one. It is a white couple's attitudes are challenged when their daughter introduces them to her black fiance. It's got all sorts of society, generational divide themes, love conquers all themes. It was a great and controversial movie at the time where, can you believe, just back in 1967, there were some states that outlawed interracial marriages still in this country. So it's a great movie, and it was great for its time, and it still holds together today. Some great actors in there, so enjoy that one. Guess who's coming to dinner? It's brought to us by Hogue, and it's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Then the Bridget Jones series continue. Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. I'm going to admit, never saw this one, but Renee Zellweger stars in it, so you can't be all that bad, right? It's brought to us by Harvard Eye Associates. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. After jumping back into the dating pool, single mother Bridget Jones finds herself caught between a younger man and her son's science teacher. Love triangles abound in this one. Obviously, great romantic comedy from the series of Bridget Jones movies, so enjoy those. All right, now we want to talk about July 4th and 5th. I know it's right around the corner, right? But we got some great movies for you. We won't be here. We'll be home watching the movies just like you will. And we got some good ones. We're going to start on July 4th, 8:30 a.m. with the JFK Remember documentary. You may have seen this one before. We've played it before, but I'm telling you, it's a great one if you have not seen this one or just revisit it. It's got great interviews, some archival footage, and it really kind of touches on the entire life of JFK. And then at noon, we have Finding Nemo, a Pixar Disney classic movie. Nemo, he's lost, and his father is going on this amazing journey to overcome his own fears and rescue his son. And so we got Dory in there as well. So really, that's a fantastic movie from Disney Pixar. Great for all ages. That's going to be at noon on the 4th. And then California Gold. Who doesn't love Huell Hauser? USS Midway, a great episode where he visits the Midway, tours there, talks to veterans on board and volunteers. So make sure you get to see that one. Then July 5th, got another great lineup for you. I'll still be having a day off. I'll be recovering from, my ears will be recovering from all the fireworks. At 8 a.m. we have Stagecoach, a great journey movie. John Wayne's big breakout movie in 1939. Can you believe that one came out way back in 1939? That was the one that made him a star. It's a classic. It's John Huston's the director in that one, so you'll love that one. 8 a.m. on the July 5th, Stagecoach. Then at noon, Biloxi Blues, a great coming-of-age Army life movie with Matthew Broderick. Honestly, one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in a movie is in this one. So make sure you watch that one at noon, Biloxi Blues. It's a great classic one. And then, again, we got California Gold. In-N-Out Burger, that is the California Gold right there, In-N-Out Burger. And he visits that one, talks about the origins, talks with the people who are running those places. A great visit to see the behind the scenes of In-N-Out Burger. So make sure you watch those. We got our great July 4th and 5th lineups for you. Okay, let's check our weather before we head out and say goodbye on this Friday. And we got some great weather in the forecast for you. So once the clouds clear out, we got the morning clouds, and as usual, our morning, June gloom kind of thing going on. But then we got this is going to be the pattern. Mid-70s for the rest of the entire week. 77 today, then 75, 76. You guys see it right here. Nice cool overnights, great sunny days. So go out and enjoy the weather as summer has finally arrived. And tomorrow on the show, we've got a great lineup for you as well. We got the Boomers Club's going to be in here, as well as the medical director for Hogue Cancer Institute talking to Bree about some of the innovations they have going on there. So that's going to be Saturday's show. I'll be there too. I'll still be here on the desk. There you go. I'm always here at the desk on Saturday for you guys. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.